Let's bring in the conversation about the pro-Biafra agitator Simon Ekpa, who's been arrested by the Finnish Central Criminal Police. He's the leader of a faction of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. So I want to get your thoughts exactly, knowing that he was arrested alongside 4 others on suspicion of terrorist activities, as reported by Finnish newsmen. Finnish police say they suspect that Ekpa has contributed to violence and crimes against civilians in southeastern Nigeria. And police also suspect that the Biafra agitator committed the crime of collecting money in violation of the Finnish Money Collection Act. So let's find out your thoughts regarding, this situation. There are those who are calling for his extradition to Nigeria, that, he be tried here in Nigeria. Let's first of all get your general thoughts on, if you see that happening.
I welcome the action of the Finnish government, particularly the Finnish police in Helsinki. No citizen is expected to sit in a foreign land, promote violence, promote conflict in his own land. I think what the government in Helsinki or the police in Helsinki has done is what is expected under international law and under the municipal and national laws of Finland. So I welcome what they have done. But I need to say this, I need to caution. I read a statement by the Defense Ministry yesterday where it stated, among others, that that it is expecting the removal of Simon Ekpa from Finland, and in a few days he will arrive in Nigeria for trial. It is not Uhuru. Nigeria does not have an extradition treaty with Finland, and two, this is fundamental. As far as I'm aware, there's no crime established against Simon Ekpa in Nigeria, except I have amnesia. I'm not sure charges have been filed against him by law enforcement agencies in Nigeria for acts, criminal acts that he triggered, he instigated, he continues to promote in Nigeria. And two, the question of extradition in international law is a tough call. It's a tough call. And don't forget that Simon Ekpa is a Finnish, and it's expected that he will have to go through the entire gamut of the court, in Finland. We'll also have the European Convention on Extradition that the Finnish government has to deal with, and the European Human Rights Act. So I'm not a seer or a prophet, and I see the battle for his extradition getting as far as the European Court on Human Rights in Strasbourg. It's not going to be an easy call. It's not going to be an easy call for Nigeria. But we must do the proper thing. If Simon Ekpa has committed any crime, I think criminal charges should be brought against him, in our courts, and I do not think that has been done.
How do you see that? I mean, what are your expectations? Because, first of all, he has, like you said, he has to go through the process in Finland. What are your expectations? And also, how does that also affect the Nnamdi Kanu conversation here in Nigeria, and the ability of the current administration to also manage the violence, that is being caused by these elements in the Southeast? There's possibilities that, since Simon Ekpa has been arrested, there might be more violence. A couple of days ago, we heard about what happened in Anambra State on Monday.
You touched an important point there. That the fact that Nigeria doesn't have a extradition treaty with Finland does not extinguish our right to apply that he be extradited to Nigeria. But the Finnish government will only entertain the application on the basis of discretion, and other factors will have to come into play. If he's repatriated or extradited to Nigeria or removed to Nigeria, will his fundamental rights be abrogated by the trial? Would the trial be fair Will the trial will the trial not turn into a political trial? These are factors that the Finnish government has to look at. But if you look at what is at play and you use Nnamdi Kanu's case as an example, you ask yourself, has this trial be fair? Has the trial not turned into a political football or a hot political potato? You ask yourself, how has the trial, increased, people's perception of the politics around combating terrorism in our country? If you look at case laws that have come out of Finland, particularly in the European Court on Human Rights, Section 2 of the Extradition Act, in Finland, the European Court had consistently respected it. Here, the Section 2 says that the Finnish government cannot extradite a Finnish citizen to a high contracting state. Unfortunately, that is the law. Cases as Koslov, Lazarov Fesso against Finland, a long list of cases. The European courts, court had consistently held and protected the fundamental right of Finnish citizens. That is the challenge that we have to face. But at the diplomatic level, I do not think that we have that. Let me put it lightly, by not insulting my country. I do not think we have that influence, that prestige in the Committee of Nations for us to move the needle in the haystack. Unfortunately, again, too, how we address the fallout, of the arrest, of the prosecution, of the attempt to extradite him to Nigeria, will also tell on our ability to address the fundamental issue of terrorism that afflicts us. You pointed out an example of what happened in Newi. That ought not to happen. That ought not to have happened in any sane society. The policing around security in our country is still not up to scratch, and the Nigerian state has to fundamentally confront it, address it, get some of the bad eggs that are creating problems for our country out of society, and get them banged up.
All right.
We are not seeing that. We are living on the wing and on a prayer in our country. When you fly out like I did a few days ago, you are praying. When you are traveling out of Judicial to attend courts by road, you are praying against principalities, bad boys, so that they don't hurt you, they don't kidnap you, and demand outlandish, outrageous sum from your family as ransoms.
Yeah. All right.
That's the situation we face in our country.
Yeah, Dr. Mahmud. I mean, I'm certain in the next, couple of days or maybe weeks, we'll learn more, about his arrest and, maybe what even engineered it. If it's possible that the Nigerian government had a role to play, we would find out more in the next couple of weeks. But thank you very much for joining us this morning. Thanks for your time, and we wish you a very, interesting weekend ahead. We'll speak with you again soon.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a long time. Welcome to Lagos from Enugu.
Thank you very much.